Welcome to the Let's Play for Borderlands 3. A little bit of a different opening, just because when you do save and quit, you get the New You opening, where you just respawn back at the last save point. So, where we left off is we were going to go kill some bandits for Dr. Zed to tick off Nine Toes some more. It's always good to tick off the local bandit lord. That way, they make sure you can get killed by that bandit lord. It's awesome. On the way, I do run across some skag pups that start causing me some problems. As you can hear all around me, I'm about to get attacked and swarmed. My new shields come in handy, though. They keep me from getting killed as I riddle these guys full of bullets. Now, one thing to keep in mind, these characters keep attacking you even when you're a higher level character, so you can get mobbed at any point in time. Right now these are giving me experience points, but when you get too high level, they won't be giving anything to me. I'll have absolutely no XP from them whatsoever. Now you might also notice the sound's a little bit messed up. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. So the vine's probably going to be a little quieter than before. This is why I was trying to figure out exactly what was going on, why the volume was kind of weird. But, you know, couldn't figure it out, so... C'est la vie. On to the bandits. The trick with this bandit fight here is that you're going into their encampment, so you wind up with them being very much in your face. They are all tightly grouped together, and with the poor accuracy on this gun, and poor damage it does, you'll see I have a really hard time taking these guys out. I didn't have as much of a time with Mordecai, simply because you can snipe from the position I'm at here. I try and snipe with a pistol, it doesn't exactly work so well. You can snipe from this position here and pretty much take them all out without too much damage being incurred to you. As you can see, they're fairly bad. They have fairly bad aim, and I can actually just sit here and let my shields recharge as they continue to miss me. Now let's talk more about the actual gameplay. So far we haven't gotten into any of the additional powers and weapons. We'll get into those later on. Pretty much so, it's the same story as every first-person shooter. And I kind of gave a thought to what I said last episode, that these shields work like normal health. It's more like the shields work like they do in Halo. You have a certain amount of hit points behind the shield, and then you just have to try and get that back somehow. Of course, as you can see, the AI failing there. The AI in this game is terrible. It's terrible. These guys are really retarded. You're going to see, as I duck back and forth in the cover, there are people actually standing on the cover that they were supposed to be shooting from behind. Now, I think I pop out here, and there's one guy just standing there on top of the cover. Yeah, you can see sort of his foot off to one side. Yeah, he's just standing there backwards. He's facing the wrong damn way. So these, the AI isn't that great in this game. It really isn't. It's fairly simple to beat most of the challenges and whatnot single-handed. Like most dungeon crawlers, the difficulty really comes with dealing with the crowds. You don't necessarily have too many fights against big enemies. You have more these massive amounts of little lobby mobs that just surround you and pick away at you little at a time. Now, there are tougher fights in this, and I just make this one especially tough, just because I'm really bad at the game at times. As you can see, I start rushing here with a pistol just to kind of try and get something going. And you can see what I'm talking about with the behind-the-scenes mechanics coming into play there, as I'm sitting there shooting squarely at his chest and it's just not hitting. It's one of the things that a first-person shooter lover would get really frustrated with when you start playing this game, is that you can sit there and point the gun straight at the guy's chest and miss him from 2 feet out, simply because your character isn't skilled enough with the weapon. The more you use a gun, the more kills you get with it, the higher your level becomes, and the more accurate you get. I don't think I gained any levels for quite some time with any of the guns, but I do get some eventually, I'm sure. So I just completed the quest. However, there's still a few more guys I just want to pick off here. As you can see, there's ammo absolutely everywhere for my combat rifle, as this guy jumps into my thing. So let's gonna speed this up here, because I'm just gonna collect all the ammo and money. One of the longest parts about playing this game is simply the fact that once you're done with a fight, you have to go and collect all your ammo up, you know, get restocked, get refilled up, and then run back and turn the quest in. And there's no quick way about it in the early goings. It's just running. Luckily, sprint is unlimited in this game. You can run forever. There's no exhaustion meter. You can even reload while you're sprinting. So there's none of this having to worry about it. Having to reload or stop for a few minutes. You can just zip back and forth. So now we're going to go meet the guy that we stole from earlier. That would be our friend up here, just up the hill. As we run, you can hear people shooting at me from behind. That's right, we're going to meet Tihi Baha. TK Baha, my apologies.
You? One more step and it'll be your last. You should have seen the look on your face.
You see, it's funny because he's a blind gimp. So yeah, I stole from a blind gimp.
Off-worlder.
Shut up.
How you liking our
I don't
planet,
freaking
eh?
care. I stole from a blind gimp, okay? Okay?
Don't worry
I'm a
about
bad
me.
person.
I'll take care of
I stole from a
myself.
blind gimp so I could make my own shields.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, it's horrible. Hate me. But it's a game. I could shoot him if I wanted to, but he's still a blind gimp and I stole from him. So now we have to go back and get his food from the skags, which I'm not really too sure how a skag would steal food. It's sort of like having a dog steal food. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. I know that you would steal it and eat it, you know, if you set your sandwich down, the dog's going to jump on the counter and eat it, but how would a skag know to just get food and drag it away? And would you really want to eat the food after you, after the skags put it in their mouth and carried it off? That's just, like, nasty. But again, he's blind, so he probably doesn't notice it. He might smell the skag on it, but, yeah. So as you can see, we're still dealing with skag pups, and those are skag dens behind there. And so they just keep sending out more and more skags. Each time you'll have the enemies get generate out of there. This is actually an old principle, back from the old arcade days. You might not remember a game called Gauntlet that would have enemy generators you actually had to destroy in order to stop the enemies from being spawned. But pretty much that's the idea here, is that you have these spawning points for certain enemies like this. Bandits have encampments. You have skags have their holes, and as you can hear, my guy gets, whenever he gets a critical or does huge damage, he'll say a smarmy little saying like, haha, bullseye, critical, bitch, or something like that. But yeah, you have these spawn points that you just kind of have to wait out. They'll keep sending mobs out, after a while they'll stop releasing more mobs, and you can run into the area. As I knock over some bone piles, where you can get ammo and additional equipment just randomly drop from these items. So I believe there's some equipment here I leave behind. You'll see it will only appear as a green mark as I'm finishing this up. Now you can see the skags are getting bigger. Here's a skag whelp, a little bigger.
Nailed it.
Yeah, you nailed it. And there's a nice little head splatter from a headshot. Not intentional, mind you, but a headshot nonetheless. So, my guy's gonna truck in here. Now you can see there's some money and everything on the ground. As I drag in more of these guys. Let's switch out to the other weapon. Now, the weapons, pretty much you don't get a lot in the beginning. Weapons you get more from quests and whatnot at this point, but you do get some random drop weapons from enemies later on, as well as from specialized elite mobs, which I probably will do a little video on that when I get to it. So far there hasn't been anything like that yet in any of the footage I've captured. So I'm just looking for the waypoint here so I can find the last bit of food. And now we walk, or run. As you can see, I'm just going to reload and just kind of get prepared in case something else comes up. But yeah, I have to run back now to TK Baja. And this will actually bring episode 3 to a close. Exciting and fascinating as it's been so far. I swear to God, tutorial areas are so boring. We're not even through the tutorial yet, because next we're going to be in grenades in the next episode. TK sends us on a mission to go and buy some grenades.
Off-worlder.
Yeah.
How you liking our planet anyways?
Here's your smelly, dirty food back.
Take care of myself.
And I get a level up.
Alright.
There we go. And I will see you next time for the next episode. Cheers.